The next kind of map we're going to look at are Cryptomattes. Cryptomattes are actually based on a plugin. So there's a free plugin available from GitHub here, https github.com/psyop/cryptomat. You can download this for free for Nuke and Fusion. It's possible that you will be able to find versions for other software, especially since it's open source. Now there's a great poster which explains exactly the maths behind it. Here we have the SIGGRAPH 2015 paper which explains how the mats are generated and created. But even if you don't understand any of that, it's very easy to set up in Maya. In fact, it's far easier than any of the other mats that we've hitherto created. You just simply create a Cryptomat layer. It doesn't really matter what I call it. I'm just going to remove this. Now, unlike the other layers, you never really look at the Cryptomat layers directly. You simply render them out, and the plugin will interpret them in a sensible way. So if I hit render, we'll get our normal passes. We'll get our normal mats, and that's great, but we'll also get these Cryptomats. Now, some of them look more sensible than others, some of them look crazy, but again, it's not the compositing artist who actually looks at these as you do with the material IDs. They are using a plugin, and the Cryptomats are just interpreting that mat for them. So at the V-Ray end, almost no setup whatsoever. At the compositing end, it requires the installation of a plugin. We will take a look at that, but I'm going to stop the recording now. Okay, so we've seen how easy it is to export Cryptomats from V-Ray. So what we need to do is to install them. So we've seen the website, which is Cryptomats. There we are. So from this website, you can download the entire Nuke package here, and once you've downloaded it and unzipped it, you will see it has all the softwares. You only need this bit that does Nuke. So all of these are just different bits. There's the logo. The gizmos are the actual bit you will be using in Nuke, and these Python scripts will set it up. So now, in your user folder, and this is the same whether you're on Windows, Linux or Mac, and I've done this on all three OSs, so I know, in your user directory, however you get to your user directory, there will be a hidden directory called .nuke. Now, the only time you would put stuff anywhere else is if you're setting up a facility and you want to create a facility-wide shared document, or possibly a document that's shared for a particular film or so forth. However, for setting Nuke up at home, this is exactly the way you want to do it. So within this folder, you can just put everything in there. Now, if you want to have subfolders, you will need to tell it to have subfolders. So in fact, I've done that in my one here. I've got an icons and gizmos folder, and I've created a little script to add the subfolders. So it will import Nuke, which is a module for all the Nuke gizmos, and so for every path in my folders that I've made, gizmos, Python, tickle and icons, nuke.plugin add path. Now don't worry about that, you don't need that for Cryptomats, but it might be handy. For your Cryptomats, you just need to take all this stuff, chuck it in your .nuke. Now, if you already have an init.py, you don't want to overwrite the file, you just want to copy the text out of that and then paste it into your existing init.py. So that's the only reason I really wanted to show you my one. So I've got an init.py that's set up that creates my folders. So rather than overwriting that and losing that information, I just take this bit. I actually only need this bit, but I usually take the comments as well. Copy that, and then I've pasted that into my own one. So I've got all my custom code that does my stuff, and I've got the Cryptomat code. And the same goes for the menu.py. If you have an empty folder and you don't have a menu.py, then just copy the file in. But if you already have a menu.py, then you just need to copy these two lines into your menu.py, and that will be enough. The rest can just go into your .nuke folder, like so. And the next time you run Nuke, if you have Nuke open, you will need to close it and reopen it. And if you're creating it from a terminal, you probably want to close the terminal as well. So if you're on Windows, you want to close this if that's still open after you've created it. Yeah, go on. So you will see now that we have this Cryptomat icon. That's how easy it is to install Cryptomattes in Nuke. In the next clip, we'll bring in our render and take a look at how to use them.